Welcome back, gang. It's Delty from DeltyIsGaming.com, and in this stage we're doing 7. Round 1 and some things you need to know. 1, you're going to have on the right side little plumes that will blow up when you're near them and give you poison. In order to survive once you have poison, you have to go on the far left green pools at both stages. You'll also notice 2 platforms, one on each side. These will have summon characters that will basically cast poison indefinitely until you kill them. Those are the 3 mechanics. Poison on the ground with plumes, a cleanse pool, and then dudes that come cast random poison stuff. Yeah, so right there, Delty Idiot Mode stepped in it. You'll notice that I used the poison cleanse pool and it went away. So it was on a timer, and I have one on the very, very far side. So hopefully I don't make a early mistake and step in it again. But just so you know, that's how it works. Okay, what kind of mobs you have? You have Filthy Argonians. A lot of casters, or a lot of physical damage here with archers. I prioritize the archers number 1, not the melee, because they will one-shot you, especially if you do not interrupt them. So prioritize them, and once you learn where their spawns are, you can blow them up pretty easily. Another thing that's going to help you out is getting a lot of stuns out. So here's the caster that I was talking about earlier. You'll notice in the center platform, it doesn't interact necessarily, but it does take a lot of damage to get these guys down. Get them down. Otherwise, you're going to be overwhelmed with green pools and you'll eventually die. So once you get that down, the threat goes away. And that's really all you have to do is kind of be aware of that. I like to position my camera so I can see the entire side where they're going to spawn, just like this. So you can be aware if they're there. You'll also notice a change in the tint on your screen, so that will give you an indicator if they're coming. Okay, see right there? See them all the way over in there? A change on our tint a little bit. See that little green? That's kind of your visual indicator that you need to go kill them. Once they're down, continue to go back on your main target. Speed is very, very useful here. Speed and range, speed and range, speed and range. The other thing that's useful is knowing that you can go on the outside complete edge of this if you need to kite. You're staying away from the plumes, those little things on the ground, because once you get near them, it's too late. You'll notice the green tint change. I didn't have my camera positioned correctly, so I didn't get early DPS on this thing. I need to get it there now. Dead. Okay, so the green pools go away, blue plumes reform, round over. Round 2, more of the same. Archers to start. I want to blow them guys up real quick. What I like to do is stun one and work on the other. So I'll constantly give a C-frags or a streak through one while I'm isolating the other one and get him down. If you can get one down right away, it's much, much easier. So I streak through him. Also, a range interrupt is pretty useful. As you can see, they were casting. That take aim, if you're not interrupt or kill them, will pretty much one-shot you. So be aware of them casting. I use Crushing Shock for this fight, but there's a caveat. We have to trade that out for the final fight. Interesting. Okay, so here we go. The dude summoned. I'm going to get some early damage on this little summoner guy. So the threat is gone. Dead. And then you're just simply nuking down these little guys. You'll notice that this guy has a shield. The reason being is if you stay in the circle, any NPC that comes in there will be basically immune to your damage. It's a mechanic, so you can't just sit in a green pool the entire fight and think you're going to live through anything. So that's why that's there. So you see I'm just blowing this guy up and he's not taking any damage. So I'm like, oh, yeah, that's what I learned. So let's pull him out of here. Do-do-do. Still in there, still not taking damage. Delty is not getting it. Change it up, idiot. Go out of there. See, I'd still, oh, maybe I should get out of the green pool. Like I said, this was in the early stages of these. Blow him up, dead. Another summoner coming. I'm going to shoot him down right away. Got some little crazy looking dog things and trolls. Usually in PvE, we like to do is focus on the weakest to the strongest. If I can take out these little guys chasing me, I have less to deal with and just mainly this troll. So the troll is going to snare you kind of. And you can see that I'm snared by his poison. I tried purging it and it doesn't really work. So the best thing to do is just avoid red circles and continue to move around and then avoid that troll big huge throw damage. Constantly moving. If you're stationary, you're dead. Move right to left, up and down. Doesn't really matter where you move as long as you're just moving. I turn overload on to get this guy buried down. I want to get him dead. And that round's over. Round 3, still more of the same. Got some crazy little dogs to start, which are pretty good for building up ultimate. Remember, when these guys die, they're going to summon more mobs. So you control when they come out or not. I use this to build up ultimate early if I'm down, since I used an ultimate in the past round. Okay, more summoner dudes. These guys will stun you with agony, so be aware of that. And then an early archer. I like to destroy this guy right away to make this stage a lot easier, because it's going to be archer heavy. Archer heavy, archer heavy. Now this melee guy is going to come in here eventually and try to stun me. If you don't have the archers down by then, you probably will die. Got one archer down, and guess what? A bunch of more are coming. And also we got crazy caster dude. So it just takes a lot of practice to get these down. Now we have Wamasu guy. Disregard Wamasu guy, continue to move on your plan and get rid of that archer. I got a plume, I got poisoned. Okay, not a problem. I'm going to continue to cast my wards and healing. Get into the cleanse circle. I'm alive. Life's good. Continue to move around. It's better to survive than just die and have to redo the round. So all I'm doing is just making sure that archer is down. Now I have to worry about one target is all. So I'm going to get my resources back up. I'm controlling the fight. I'm going to get this guy down. Shoot overload randomly, not hitting anything like an idiot. Okay, got him down. Got my buffs back up. Wamasu, it's about to die. Don't eat those big, huge lightning waves if that's not obvious. And then a harness magic will also help you against that electrical damage or lightning damage. So continue to move. He does have a little dot on you that hits pretty hard. You can also dodge it if you're a stam build or have extra stamina and you don't want to continue to cast harness magic. So after he does the 3 waves, he's going to do the big electrical charge. Be aware of that if you're trying to time your dodge. You can also push him over if the poison phase, he's really close to the death, so you get a faster time, or just continue to play it safe like I'm doing here. Play it safe, boom. Now we're going to nuke him, round over. Round foe. Archer, 2 melee to start. So you know they're going to stun us right away if we don't stun them. I'm going to try to get this archer down right away, and there's going to be a lot more archers. He's dead. Melee's about dead. My buffs are up. There's going to be archer to spawn on the far other side. So I want to go prioritize him right there in the middle of these two. If you can nuke him down before the other 2 archers spawn, you're going to be in good shape. Continue to stun. That melee guy is targeting my Ancient Guardian. Lols. Boo-boo. And you're going to see these other casts coming soon. Let's get this guy down. And he stunned me right there. That's okay. I gotta deal with this poison dude. Priority, down, melee, down, more mobs come. So once you memorize the spawns, you can focus on that primary target. So here's 1 caster, there's 2, there's 3. As you can see, stuns are very important. So if I can just burst this one guy down, make it much, much more manageable. And then I can continue to stun one off in the corner while I'm working on the other. Looks like there's a huge dude in the summoner dude way in the back. I'm going to get him. And I'm going to pull them where I want them and continue. Stun right there, and then isolate. Stun, isolate. Blow him up. Isolate. My health's going low. When they do that little AoE cleave there, that's your time to basically just sidestep it and blow them up. And about dead. And we got a summoner dude. And a couple trolls. Okay. So I'm going to blow this guy up. Now, this is tricky. You're going to have a lot of stuff. But basically, the way to survive this fight is to not get snared. Constantly move around in a circle. Beware of where your feet are. You see right there, I was almost at a plume. If that poison damage right there would kill me. And I have extra stamina, so I'm going to do a couple dodge rolls to avoid their attack. I am going to use a power up here just so I can power through this round. Get all my buffs up, overload. The power ups give you 30 seconds of speed. So hopefully I can get 1 or 2 of these guys down within that 30 seconds. Continue to focus on the summoners. Plumes everywhere. It's hard. Focus on one guy is the best bet for this fight. Is if you can get 1 down, then it goes back to doing 1 troll and it makes it much easier. They will also enrage like that if you don't kill them in a certain time. So try to burst 1 down as fast as you can. He's throwing there. I'm not snared. I'm going to run. Do a dodge roll to create some space. Hit the right guy. Okay, now we're down to 1 troll. We've done 1 troll a bunch of times. So just keep doing what you're doing. Kite. Engage the summoners. Remember, point your camera at the entire view of the map. So you're not you're not unaware of the summoners when they come, because that's going to determine if you get early damage on them and not poisoned. Also, look at your feet constantly. Are there plumes around? No, yes. Deal with those. Not so bad. Don't pull the mob into that green circle or he'll be immune. That's it. Boss round time, and I changed from Crushing Shock to Destructive Reach, and there's a very important reason for that. I'm going to explain. Basically what happens is this boss is a melee heavy. You're just going to run around and kite. He hits very hard. He summons 2 adds. These adds are very important. You're going to want to kill one of the adds only. When you kill one of the adds only, it summons a protective bubble that you can get in and avoid his roar. Now, the reason I switched to Destructive Reach, because when he does his roar, he's vulnerable. But if you interrupt the roar, it stops, and he still will enrage. So the key here is don't use Crushing Shock. Now, it's a magic intensive, so I put Elemental Drain on my bar instead of Impulse. Here is where the shield is. You want to stand right inside of it, and the boss is vulnerable. Do not interrupt. Just do damage to him. So don't bash him, don't do Crushing Shock, Venom Arrow. Drop the house at this point. So I'm going to use a Meteor, I'm going to blow him up, and then this avoids the enrage mechanic that the boss has. So once this is over, about 5-10 seconds, what you're going to want to do is kill the add that you have left, because that add will enrage as well. So focus on that add. Get my resources back up. Boom. That's it. So basically the fight is just this. There's going to be 2 adds that come. There's going to be a summoner guy. There's going to be green stuff everywhere. You're going to have to move around in line of sight and dodge. It's just a lot of time to get this guy down, and it takes a while to get used to it. So basically it's a resource fight for me since I'm not using Crushing Shock. That's why I specifically went with Energy Drain. Another trick is you control when the bubble comes out and where it comes out. So what I like to do is isolate one guy and destroy them. And then once he gets pretty low, I start making my way back to where the bubble is going to appear. Because you only have a couple seconds when that bubble appears. So right here. Now, I made the mistake of putting the bubble right on top of the boss. Why is that a mistake? Well, I can't use Meteor. Because if I use Meteor, I'm going to kill the NPC. Bubble's down, I'm dead. So the enrage is over, I'm going to kill there. So learn from that. You position the adds where you want to. Remember, the boss will follow you. Uh-oh, about dead. Dodge roll. aka pro roll. Okay, I'm good. You're just doing the same sorts of things. I highly recommend the speed and the damage power up for this round. It takes a while. I lost my concentration there. I did not avoid the green pool, so I went in, got the cleanse pool, still have 1 up. Got to get this guy down, but it's better than dying. Okay, life's good. Now that the summoners are here, guess what? The 2 crazy guys are here. I'm going to blow this guy up, identify where the other one is, and go right to him, and they're dead. Perfect. Drop my meteor, big time damage. Another way to do this is to position the guy you want right on top of the weapon damage power up, and then do it through the 15 seconds with your ultimates. That's a really good way to get this done fast. As you can see, using Destructive Reach, it's very, very resource intensive, so I had to change up my build specifically for this fight. So, next thing happens. It's basically an easy fight if you know the mechanics. It's just execution is pretty hard. Okay, so I'm going to use a power up here because I want to focus on doing damage and not so much self-healing and get some more regeneration. Keep Elemental Drain up if you're running some similar build to me, if you're running out of resources. Otherwise, this fight should be pretty easy once you get these 3 mechanics down. 2 summoners are going to be up. Oh, looks like a summoner's right here. We're going to hit him and the casters. This might be a little bit difficult. So watch your position. You know Argonian dude's going to come for you soon. So instead of killing that guy right away, I'm going to run line of sight because I want to separate him and not place him on top of the boss like I did last time. So, it should be a little bit further away from the boss. There, it's summoned perfect. Get into that real quick. Meteor, let's blow this idiot Argonian steroid user out of the sky. Come on. I want to beat this arena and show the internet how good I am at the video game. JK, not really. Okay, kill this guy. Maintain concentration. You can execute this guy if you feel confident in your DPS, but it's not worth it to me if you're just going for a clear and not a speed run. So I like to still kill the ad, play it safe, get back to range, just play it safe. Now if you're going for a speed run, you're going to want to bird through. But your first completion, I recommend playing it safe. Okay, so we got this little summoner down. I'm out of resources, but I have some good amount of stamina. So instead of burning through, like I said, I'm going to play it safe. I control when these mobs come out or not. I'm also using Dark Conversion since it's a resource heavy fight for me, since I'm not using my Crushing Shock build. And Ted, I'm going to park right up on there. Remember that you get your protection from the bubble just being right by it. So if it's not completely formed, you'll still get protection. Meteor, Elemental Drain, come on, daddy. And we are on to round 8. Keep at it. That's a hard one.